the reason why I want to put this topic, not only because this is something aggressively developing in the technology community, it's also because in the past more than 18 months, I have been very dedicated on building the corresponding technologies at a high easy. So there are so many excitements I want to share with our community members here. So one of the big reasons why I have the strong faith about agentic AI actually is rooted upon the limitations of automations we have in software. And we clearly observed the automations hit the ceiling and in the past years. Why? And in all the software we are using today, and we experience the automations almost every moment, every feature. And those automations are generally rule-based, preset, predefined, pre-programmed workflows to save the time from the repetitive work and definitely save time from the administration work. But then the impact actually has been very limited, and I say it's a plateaued. Okay, so you and all of us experience the email triggers, job posting, syndication, resume passing, and many other use cases, right? The numbers can tell us, yes, it's hitting the ceiling. Why? Today, and in the past 2 decades, and we put more and more automations into software, but then the time to fill the position, it's still 45 days. And in many cases, it's much more than 45 days, right? It tells us something. And also based on the benchmark, the survey results from our friend, aptitude research, Madeline's team, and they got this also very eye-opening number. Only 40% of the recruiters are happy with their current tech stack. That means more than 60% of recruiters are not satisfied. See, this is the reality. And these two numbers clearly told us the current SaaS, current software have as a big problem, and the automations hit the ceiling. So before we talked about the agentic AI, what it is, let's get into the more grounded level to understand the traditional automation, right? And the automation can be understood in this way, very intuitive. It executes the preset, predefined rules based on triggers, right? And give you one example. And all of us, and we use the email campaign tools in the past or even today. So the typical setup would be the vendor will provide you the configuration page and configuration workflow, and you need to upload several email templates and one template for each step. And then you also need to preset the scheduling. For example, send now, send in 3 days, send in 5 days, and those are conditions. And in the meantime, you also need to control, okay, how to stop this campaign. Then that's the ending conditions. If, else, if, then, right? Those conditions you need to set. And all the configurations put together, that drives the email campaigns. That's the automation we experienced. So then how it works in the agentic AI world, and this is a completely different game, okay? And the agentic AI focus much more on the understanding of a broader goal. Understand what you want to achieve, and they will take care of how to achieve it, right? So take the email campaigns as an example. Again, recruiters need to define the goal to hit. So for example, get at least 30 responses back to me within 5 days. And then the agent, the AI agent will take this goal and pull a lot of contextual data and to start to create the planning and also start to execute multi-steps. And if any problems phase or any improvement phase, and we go back to the planning and to do the iterations. So at the end, it will definitely deliver this more than 30 responses and within 5 days. And that's the agentic AI's workflow compared to the traditional automation. And I would like to summarize the traditional automation in this way. It focuses too much on the volume, okay? So, and the volume without precision, that's pretty objective of objective assessment about automation. So volume without precision is a waste. But then the agentic AI word, it's about result. Result with a precision. That's the future, right? So we are, as a software development, the whole industry, it's moving from the traditional automation now to agentic AI. And we are still at the beginning phase of that transition. But this time, this transition will be faster, much faster than most people's expectation, right? And at a high easy, and also people know we are very good at two things. One is the technology, one is the community. Okay, and that's why we have a so successful events, our annual event. And we are also very good at technology development. And this time in this wave of agentic AI, we don't disappoint you. And we are very proud to say that we are still the leading player in our space. So HiEasy's agentic AI has its own unique three characteristics. And first of all, first one, actually, this is also the most important one, and it decides our product philosophy. It's about AI first, people-centric. And we don't want to exclude recruiters from the process, and recruiters is in the center and monitor and be accountable for the overall strategy's execution. But then AI will take most of the heavy lifting work. And because the AI will do a lot of grounded work, it requires the AI to be smart enough to do the multi-step thinking and execution. And that's so critical. And especially we got to train the AI to be able to use the tools, and also need to have a self verification, right? And in order to guide the technology, the AI to run a multi-step execution. And of course, we want the AI to be smarter and smarter and more personal. So it needs to be contextual, aware of this, and also have the self-learning and self-adaptation. Right? This is a HiEasy's agentic AI. We give it a name, also very intuitive name, Easy Agent. Okay. I want you to meet the Easy Agent. And this is a very short video to show you how Easy Agent will help you do better sourcing, do better resume review for candidates review, and also the better engagement. So, and all those very daily active tasks, and Easy Agent will help you to take care of a lot of grounded work. I encourage all of you to have conversations with our team to see how it works. Okay, and again, Dan mentioned, you don't need to be our customers, you don't need to be our users, and you still be able to get a lot of resources from us and to learn a lot of new things, right? And this is also very encouraging result we collected from the early adopters in the past months, and we rolled this out to over 200 early adopters. I would like to give the credits to our community members, and a lot of you are pioneers in our space, and you are not afraid of trying the new things. And every time, many people are so excited about the new things, and they figured out and they broke things and they test out things. And we got a lot of very constructive feedback for our product improvements. And also, this is a very inspiring results that 75% faster in sourcing and engaging. And sourcing and engaging, this cost a lot of time from the whole recruiting process. And I would say the top of funnel is the most critical component in the whole full cycle. Okay, 75% faster. That's very encouraging. And with the agentic AI now has been put in the market, and more other vendors and also catch up and to release the agentic AI, and some of them are pretty impressive as well. And the market trends also very interesting for us, right? And to understand what's going on, and also specifically how agentic AI can help. And this is the three things we learned and heard from our customers again and again. I would like to share this with all of you. And the first one is about inbound application. It's a flooding and high volume of applications. And because of that, the recruiters are even more overwhelmed by the applications, right? This is the real problem, and we are facing, and this is probably going to be worse because the very unbalanced fight in the market. Why? Consumer side, almost no regulation. So people use candidates, and they are using the AI tools to generate a lot of applications very easily. But on the business side, because of the regulations, because of the pace of the deployment, this is much slower compared to the consumer side. And this is the fundamental reason why the recruiters are facing this difficulty. All right, and then the second observation, and this is very interesting. Ironically, we also see the outbound recruiting is coming back strongly this time. And at the same time, okay, so you have a lot of applications, and in the meantime, you say, hey, I prefer to do sourcing. And I thought about this very self-conflicting observation. And then I found out, I figured out the fundamental reason. It's still about recruiting, is still about a talent scarcity and talent quality. And because the talent scarcity and the quality, they are not changed in the market, no matter it's a downturn or it's a great time, that doesn't change. So sourcing outbound is a proactive, more strategic recruiting as always preferred by, especially by the very top performing recruiters. Okay. And we also heard this again and again. There's a big wave of legacy incumbents replacement. Okay, and in the sourcing space, and we know there's one monopoly business, and people start to get rid of this incumbent tool very bravely. So I'm seeing the landscape starts to change, and that might also bring the great opportunities to the very pioneering and brave and also open-minded TA leaders to make the change more aggressively. Okay, so the agentic AI can help in all those cases and all the trending use cases. So one thing very interesting is that the AGI hype somehow this year is fading. I would say for this round of a hype, okay, and later probably because of the new technology, it will come back again. But this wave, it starts to fading out slowly, right? Especially the GPT-5 is released, and people start to rethink, hey, what's the definition of AGI, and what's the definition, and also what's the timeline? So because of that, so the AI productivity that are hype, and also the layoff that are trending, somehow will get positively impacted, okay? And we will see the agentic AI actually is thriving, and people will focus more on the very specific AI and also the very practical use cases. So that's the market trends today. And hopefully this will be very helpful for all of us in this fast changing recruiting world. Okay. All right. Last but not the least, I would say thank you, everyone, and so much appreciate your time. And the next session, and you will hear from the legend, Madeline, who talked about the state of TA. Okay. And before that, I would say thank you. And remember, we built two things together: technology and community. And that is something we together can do way better than we do it now. So thank you.